Okay, so we're going to talk now about PNF stretching. On one of our other videos, we addressed just manual stretching. There are types of stretches that involve PNF techniques. This is not the patterns. This is something completely different. PNF is not only about the patterns. There's a whole umbrella of physical therapy treatments that fall under proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. One of those is certain types of stretch that kind of help trick the mind-body connection so that you can get better stretches than you even get with manual stretching. So those are hold relax technique, which you can abbreviate with an HR in your notes. Contract relax technique, which you can abbreviate with a CR, and hold relax with agonist contraction, which you can abbreviate in your notes with HR-AC. And so we're going to come over here and we're going to look at what those stretches look like, and we're going to do several different body parts so you'll get to see it on different areas. So we'll do the shoulder, and we'll do a hip. So like we'll do a stretch of the hamstrings, and then we'll do like an ankle. So you get to see it from several points of view. So the first one, I'm going to have you scoot just a little bit closer to me, Karen. So let's pretend that Karen has a flexion, a reduction in mobility and flexion. She's not able to fully flex her shoulder, so she's got tight extensors in her back. So with a hold relax, what we can have her do is I'm going to have her push her arm down into my hand. I'm going to hold it for 10 seconds. So push, 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 and relax. And I should be able to move her further into range of motion. So just again, I'll show you what that looks like. I'm going to take her to the end of her range of motion. Okay, hold it for a little bit, then have her push down into my hand. Push, 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 and then I'm going to extend her further into flexion. So that's hold relax. So there are two different ways that you can do any of these. You can do autogenic inhibition or reciprocal inhibition. So if I am stretching the extensors here in the back and I have her fire those extensors before I stretch it, that's called autogenic, because I'm having her fire the same muscles that I'm about to put on a stretch. Okay? If I have her do the opposite, I can have her push into my arm. So I want you to push up this time. Push up, push, 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 and relax. And then I can still push her further. I am having her fire the flexors, but I'm stretching the extensors, which makes it a reciprocal inhibition. Okay? So what's going on is that with both of these, it's tricking your Golgi tendon organs and your muscle spindles to think that your muscle is being overloaded. So when I do the autogenic, it's tricking the body into thinking that the extensors should relax because they've been firing for too long, and it's naturally going to start trying to relax so it doesn't cause a tear in there. It's a nice trick that our body has. With the other way, if I have her fire against my hand, moving into the action that we're trying to stretch into, it's tricking the muscle spindles back here that will naturally loosen up when there's a stretch on the other side of it. And so that's kind of how that works. So that's for shoulder flexion. I'm going to move down and we'll show you for we'll show you a hold relax for the hamstrings. So with tight hamstrings, right, we place them here and we can have them wrap. I can wrap a towel around her leg so I can support this leg, stabilize here, and get her to her end of range of motion, which is good. Our patient actually has some tight hamstrings, so this will work well. So on this one, for a hold relax, I'm going to have her push down into my shoulder, trying to fire these, and you're almost trying to bend your knee too, okay? So push, 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 push. Now relax, and then I'm going to bring her further into that range of motion, okay? And finally, for the foot, it would be the same concept. So let's say that she has feet that naturally plantar flex too much. So she's got tight plantar flexors. So I can bring her into her end range of motion, which she actually does have tight plantar flexors. And then I can have her push into my hand, push, 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 and relax. And then I'm able to get more stretch. So that's a hold relax, and that is autogenic inhibition, because I'm having her fire her gastrocnemius and soleus, and then I'm stretching those muscles. So I'm stretching the same muscles that I'm having her fire. If I put my hand on the other side of her foot, so push up against my hand, push, 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 and relax, and then moved her further into that. I'm still doing a hold relax contraction, but I'm doing hold relax with reciprocal inhibition, because I'm having her fire tibialis anterior, and then I'm stretching gastrocnemius and soleus. Okay, so now we're going to talk about contract relax. It's very similar to a hold relax, but instead of them holding in the same position isometrically like she was, I'm going to have her actively move through the range of motion that she would. So we'll go back to the shoulder here, and we're pretending once again that she has tight extensors of the back here and of the shoulder, and she's not able to fully flex her arm, okay? So what I could have her do is, instead of holding as she pushes down into extension like we did with the hold relax, I could resist her as she goes down into extension. So I want you to extend your arm down. Okay, and I'm just going to resist her as she goes down, and what's going on is it's still getting that same firing in the muscle, and it's still telling it to eventually relax. Once she's gone down and I've resisted her all the way down, I bring it up and stretch it further than it was before. When you're holding these stretches, you still want to when you get to the actual stretch part of the stretch, you still want to hold it for 30 seconds to a minute. Okay. So I'm going to show you that once again. So I'm actively, it's not hold relax, it's contract relax. She's contracting through the whole time. So push down, push, 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 push. Okay, now relax. And I'm going to bring her up further into the range of motion we want to get. And then I'm going to hold it for 30 seconds to a minute. So that's a contract relax contraction. So in the hamstrings, what that would look like, and obviously you can do this for literally any joint or any muscle, but I want you to see at least on a few so you kind of have an idea, and then you should practice on your own, either in lab or at home. If you're online, obviously at home. If you're an on-campus student, then you can do it up here. So anyways, we're getting into the hamstring again, okay? So like I said, I can wrap a towel around, hold it down with this leg, and then kind of stabilize here at the hip. So what I want you to do this time, Karen, is actively push your leg down, okay? So I'm just going to resist her as she goes. I would raise this table. This is not good body mechanics. And then we're going to relax, and I'm going to bring her up further into that action. So hold relax, isometric. I'm just having her push against me. I'm not moving. Contract relax. She's moving through that range of motion, and then I'm bringing her further into it. So with the ankle, plantar flexion and dorsiflexion again, she's got tight gastroc and soleus, and I'm trying to give her more dorsiflexion again. So I would have her bring her foot up as far as she can. I'm gonna resist as she slowly moves it down through that range of motion. Now relax, and I'm gonna bring it further into a stretch. Hold for 30 to 60 seconds, and that is contract, relax, PNF stretching. You definitely want to practice these and get used to them, because it can kind of get a little bit confusing, but I'm happy to work with you, or if you have any questions, you can always shoot any of us an email. So the final one is hold, relax with an agonist contraction. Each one of these gets a little bit more successively complex, okay? So with this one, obviously hold, relax tells us that it's going to be isometric. She's going to hold a position. Then there's going to be agonist contraction, and I'll explain that part. So still tight extensors of the shoulder in her back here. She's not able to fully flex her arm. So this time I'm still going to have her push into my hand, and I'm going to hold it. So push, 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 push. So she's pushing into extension. The difference now is we're going to get her to that in range of motion, have her push. So go ahead and push, 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 and now relax. And she's going to actively move her arm more. So the only difference between this and a normal hold relax is you, as the therapist with a hold relax, will push them into that new range of motion. With an hold relax agonist contraction, they will actively move themselves into that new range of motion. So I'm going to show you that one more time. Push, 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 push. Now relax and move your arm further. Okay? So what that would look like with hamstrings is, and I'm going to raise this up a little bit. I don't want to teach you guys bad body mechanics. Like I said, I can wrap a towel around her leg. Okay? So I'm going to hold. So push, 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 and relax. And now bring your leg further. Okay? So she really actually has tight hamstrings. She's only able to go this far. So let's see what it looks like. So push, push down. Oh. There you go. Push, 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 and now go further. She's got a little bit more. She can do that actively on her own. So what it would look like on the heel is, or on the ankle, is same concept. I'm going to have her push, 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 and relax, and then bring herself further back if she can. So try it again. Push, push, push. She's really got strong. And relax, and pull back. Okay, so hard for me to hold that isometrically just because she has really, really strong calves. All right, you can relax. So that's hold, relax, agonist contraction.